This heart has been a broken track with no clear way of getting back. A heavy load of past mistakes. For goodness gracious sakes, the whistle blows a lonely cry beneath the cold and empty sky. Just a sinner, tired and worn, wishing I had not been born. Then His mercy's railroad line came thundering through this soul of mine, carried all my shame away, heading for a brighter day. He fixed the rails and paid the fare with a love beyond compare. Didn't ask me where I'd been, just welcome this old freight train in. Now I ride a different car, guided by a northern star, on a journey straight and true, painted in salvation's hue. I stood where two dirt roads didn't meet, with blistered hands and tired feet. One way was wide and looked so grand, the other rough and barren land. The devil played a tempting song, said, "Come with me, you can't go wrong." He promised wine and fleeting joys for broken hearts and lonely boys. But I heard a shepherd's gentle voice. He said, "My son, you have a choice. That wide road leads to endless night. Walk with me towards the light." I turned my back on that sweet sound and knelt upon the holy ground. The rocky path felt hard and steep, but held a promise I could keep. Now every step I take is blessed. My soul has found its final rest. No crossroads left to make me stray. I'm walking on the shepherd's way. But I heard a shepherd's gentle voice. He said, "My son, you have a choice. That wide road leads to endless night. Walk with me towards the light." putting me towards the light.
My own two hands are scarred and worn from all the burdens they have borne, from fixing fences, mending gates, and battling against the fates. They've built a home and raised a child. They've been too harsh and been too mild. They've made mistakes and sometimes failed against the storms that have assailed. But I think about the carpenter's hands that built a world he understands. The hands that heal, the hands that bled, the hands that raised me from the dead. Calluses upon my palm can't bring my wounded spirit calm. The splinters deep within my soul are things I never can control. So I place my hands into His own, the greatest strength I've ever known, and let the Master's touch renew the broken things I cannot do. But I think about the carpenter's hands that built a world He understands. The hands that heal, the hands that bled, the hands that raised me from the dead. That built a world He understands. The hands that heal, the hands that bled, the hands that raised me from the dead.
River's deep, the current's strong, and I have stood here for so long, looking at that promised shore and wondering what I'm waiting for. My journey's been a dusty road, carrying such a heavy load of things I should have left behind to ease my soul and troubled mind. But He gives me strength for one more day to walk the straight and narrow way. He gives me hope to carry on until the final battle ahead is not so clear. There's struggle in the sun and sand in this dry and weary land. But I can see the lights of home across the water's angry foam. And so I'll stand and watch and pray for strength to cross that river someday. But He gives me strength for one more day to walk the straight and narrow way. He gives me hope to carry on until the final battle's won. But He gives me strength for one more day to walk the straight and narrow way. He gives me hope to carry on until the final battle's won.
The preacher's daughter had his eyes and a heart that was just as wise. She never stood behind the wood, but taught the gospel best she could. She'd bring a meal to Widow Jones and sit with folks on their sick bones. Her gentle hands and quiet word were the finest sermon ever heard. She lived the faith her father preached for every soul she gently reached. She was a testament, you see, to what a Christian ought to be. Never quoted chapter verse or tried to cure a sinner's curse. She just showed love pure and deep and sowed the seeds the Lord would keep. When folks in town would lose their way, they knew she'd kneel with them and pray, 'cause she knew faith was not just talk, but in the way a person walks. Lived the faith her father preached for every soul she gently reached. She was a testament, you see, to what a Christian ought to be. She lived the faith her father preached for every soul she gently reached. She was a testament, you see, to what a Christian ought to be.
only form. He stands in sun, he stands in storm. With straw for guts and wooden bones, he watches as the farmer groans. The crows all laugh and fly on by beneath a cold and empty sky. That scarecrow's faith is all he has, as season after season pass. And he's waiting for the harvest day, when the Lord will come and say, my faithful servant standing true, I've got a better job for you. He guards the seeds down in the dirt, and takes the wind and rain and hurt. He can't complain, he can't run free. He just must be what he must be. And I feel like that scarecrow some, just waiting for my time to come, standing in the field of life through peace and pain and joy and strife. And he's waiting for the harvest day, and when the Lord will come and say, my faithful servant standing true, I've got a better job for you. The day is done, the work is through, the sky's turning gold and blue. The cattle low, a gentle sound, as evening settles all around. I sit and watch the shadows creep, while all the world prepares for sleep. And thank the Lord for what I've got, this family and this little spot. And the last light on the silo shines like a candle in the night, a final warm and gentle hello from the ever-fading light. It's in these moments, still and deep, that I can feel my spirit leap beyond the worry, past the pain, and feel like I am home again. That light reminds me of His grace in this quiet secret place, a promise that when darkness falls, His love is watching over all. That rusty windmill stands up high, a lonely cross against the sky. It doesn't choose which way to turn, a lesson that I've had to learn. It waits for winds I cannot see, trust the breeze to set it free, to do the work it's meant to do, and pull the hidden water through. Lord, let my spirit be that wheel to turn whichever way you feel, to catch your breath and move with mine, and draw your truth into the light. Sometimes it's still, the air is dead, and anxious thoughts fill up my head. I try to force the blades to spin, but that's a fight I'll never win. So I will stand and I will wait, trust my soul to righteous fate. For when the Holy Spirit blows, a stream of living water flows. Lord, let my spirit be that wheel to turn whichever way you feel,
old dog Gus, his fur is gray. He walks beside me every day. He don't ask where we're gonna go. He just gets up and says, I know. When I am sad, he rests his head right on the corner of my bed. He doesn't speak, he doesn't judge. He just won't ever budge. And Lord, I want a faith like that to come to you right where you're at, with a love that's simple, pure and true, and a heart as faithful as a hound's feel. Sometimes my faith gets complicated with all the rules the world created. I think too much and feel too little, and my resolve gets weakened. But Gus just knows that I'm his friend, and he'll be with me till the end. It's a simple trust, a loyal bond, and a lesson from the great beyond. And Lord, I want a faith like that to come to you right where you're at, with a love that's simple, pure and true, and a heart as faithful as a hound for you. I was running hard from my hometown with a heavy heart and a worried frown. The road behind was paved with sin and a life I couldn't live within. Every mile I put between the man I was and the man I'd been, was just another heavy chain that echoed with my guilt and pain. Then I crossed the Grace County line, left that old sinner far behind. The air felt different, clean and new, when I finally drove right into you. There was no signpost plain to see that said you're entering mercy. Just a quiet shift inside my soul when I finally gave up all control.
face, a citizen